All right, there you go. So, first thing for E3 was, as we just saw, like new character reveals, but also the topic we wanted to discuss was the Vita version in particular of Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So, if Ayano-san would take us through what we're showing off at E3, what the new features are, and kind of what's on display here at E3.
今回そのプロビータを E3 で出展するということで、今回で E3 で紹介する情報などを教えてください。
はい、E3 のカプコンブースで触れる内容としては、まずは新しい12体のキャラクターなんですけども、こちらが全部、触れまして、全55のキャラクターで遊ぶことができます。またビータの特性を生かして、正面タッチであるとか、あるいは背面タッチといったものを、利用してですね、楽しくまたカジュアルなユーザーにもですね、納得できるような操作性になって、楽しむことができます。
So here at the Capcom booth at E3 this year, we have Street Fighter Cross Tekken Vita, and we'll be showing off all 55 characters. So we do have the 12 new characters here for everyone to see. And you can see right here on the gameplay screen, we have Lei, who's one of the new Tekken characters. Yeah, we'll be able to show you guys all of the new characters today. And basically, we've implemented a lot of new functionality into the Vita version. So we have touch functionality for the front and rear touchscreens of the Vita, so you'll be able to control the game using the touch controls. So we really think that we've built in a lot of new features which will add a lot of value to the game in terms of casual users and hardcore users alike.
I know one of the big things we wanted to show off, which is kind of happening now as we stream actually, is the crossplay functionality. We can explain a bit about how that works.
Crossplay 今画面に出てですが、Crossplay 機能についてもちょっと教えてください。
もう一つその E3 で触れる機能としてクロスプレイというのがあるんですけども、これは、PS3 の、ストクロと、もう一つは、PS ビータのストクロと、これをですね、例えば 1P 側が PS3 で 2P 側が PS ビータで、それぞれ対戦ができるという機能になっています。そうですね、はい、以上で、はい。
So right now you can see here on screen, this is actually crossplay. Right now one of the players is playing using a PS3 and then the other player is actually playing using a Vita. So as you can see, the two platforms are able to link and play together cross-platform. Runs really smooth. The Vita version of the game is basically a really complete port of the PS3 version with a lot of new features added onto it, so there'll be absolutely no problem if you're a player who's used to playing on the console. If you pick up the Vita version, you're going to feel right at home. You know, it runs really smooth, 60 frames per second, so there's a lot of really great stuff we built into the Vita version.
And taking any some questions in the chat as well, so if you have any questions about the Vita version or how that works, we can get some stuff going in the chat as well. We discussed like the release timing for Vita and
はい、発売日については今年の秋を、予定しています。
So we're planning to release the Vita version of the game this fall, and we'll be releasing more details in the coming months and weeks.
Question, obviously, first question that you would ask is details on those 12 characters, when those would arrive as well. The 12 additional characters for Vita, when they might come to console.
新キャラ12体はいつ、発売になりますか？
新キャラ12体についてなんですけども、まあこれ配信時期については、まあ PS ビータで触れるっちゃ触れるんですけど、まあその配信時期についてもう一度見直そうかなというふうに考えてますんで、ちょっとだけ期待しておいてください。
So we know a lot of you guys there are really, you know, want to get your hands on the 12 new characters as quickly as possible. As you know, they are in the Vita version of the game, so if you do purchase the Vita version of the game, they'll be unlocked and you'll get them automatically on your PS3 as well if you own the PS3 version. But in terms of when we'll be releasing the 12 DLC characters separately, you know, we're really trying to take into account a lot of the fan feedback and move the timing of the release. We're not really ready to say when that'll be, but we'll be sure to keep you guys updated real soon.
Cool. I guess then I saw the new trailer that came out today showed that you could move the, you could arrange the touch controls, like not just size and position and like, is there any challenges in implementing that, like I know it's kind of been done with like the 3DS to a degree, but like, were there any unique abilities or unique developmental issues or quirks bringing this game over to Vita and integrating touch controls and stuff?
今回タッチ画面でなんか操作いろいろできると思うんですが、例えばそのタッチパネルを大きくしたりちっちゃくするんだったり、それに対してなんか開発の時は結構苦労した点ありましたか？
開発的に、そもそもその PS3 のコントローラーのボタンがフルでPS ビータの中にないので、それをどういうふうにフォローするかといったところで、PS ビータの機能を使って、再現しようと思いました。で、大きさももちろん変えれますし、位置もタッチで変えれるんですけども、ここをですね、例えば1番のバーチャルボタンと2番のバーチャルボタン、ここ干渉した部分を、タッチすると1番と2番が同時押しされたような効果もできるといった工夫もされてます。
So yeah, we implemented touch functionality into the Cross-Tekken Vita using the front and rear touchscreens. The reason we did this is because, as you know, there are more buttons on a PS3 controller than the Vita has. So what we did is we built in virtual buttons into the touch screen. So what you can do is that you can actually customize the virtual buttons to how you like. So if you want to make the virtual button larger or smaller, or make it overlap with another button to make it so if you touch the middle, then it activates both. You can do that. As well, if you want to turn off the virtual buttons, you can also do that if you feel like you accidentally touch it. So you'll be able to do a lot of customization in that end for both the front and the rear touchscreen.
So I see you picked Sakura, obviously. Well, Sakura mirror match, but were there any of the characters of the new 12? Any of them that you found particularly challenging getting to work in the Cross-Tekken world, like the way Cross-Tekken plays? Like,
right.
Yeah.
今回、いろいろ新キャラがあると思いますが、開発した時にこのキャラをストプロのゲームシステムの中に入れることは結構大変だったっていうキャラがありますか？
そうですね、12体のキャラクターの中では鉄拳のレイユーロンというキャラクターがいるんですけども、それは彼は5経験の使い手でですね、さまざまな型を駆使して戦うことができます。でファランとかあるいはそのシャオユーとかいろいろとその型を変えて、戦うキャラクターはいるんですけども、中でもそのレイはすごく型が多くてですね、でそれをどういうふうにシステムに落とし込めるか、でまたストクロにおいてはどういうふうに戦うのかっていうのを、再現というか、楽しめるようにストクロで楽しめるようにはどうすればいいかっていうのをちょっと苦労しました。
Yeah, in particular, the Tekken character Lei Wulong was one character that we had some trouble putting into the game because, as you know, he has a lot of different stances. So he can do drunken stance, he can do other types of fighting styles. Other Tekken characters such as Hwarong or Ling Xiaoyu, they can also change their stances, but Lei in particular has a lot of different moves and a lot of stances, which made it quite a challenge to implement to the Cross-Tekken system. But we felt like we did a good job and we made him really faithful. So all you Tekken fans out there, definitely give him a try and you'll feel that you'll find that he feels really like he does in Tekken.
People asking like the status of some of the gyms, and there was discussion of like the auto block, and people are asking about gyms, and there was some patches still coming down the line. Is there any updates on that front?
なんか最近ジェムに関しての質問なんですけれども、なんかオートガードとオート投げ抜けとかそういう他のジェムを、パッチするっていう、要は調整するっていう口はあったと思いますが、それはいつぐらい調整内容が
反映されるか。
ますか？
そうですね、まだ具体的な、日程についてはアナウンスすることはできないんですけども、ただ、皆さんが抱えている不満というのは非常に開発側としても理解してますので、調整の目処がつき次第、順次実装していこうかなと思ってます。はい。
Yeah, so we're aware of a lot of opinions in the communities about certain gems in particular, like auto block and auto throw escape gems. We want to reassure you guys that we're taking a lot of time to look into all of the feedback that we're getting from you guys, and we're looking at the best way that we can possibly rebalance and kind of reevaluate how the gems work. So we're not ready to announce exactly when we'll be balancing them out, but we want to reassure you guys that a balance update is coming for these gems, and we'll let you know when that'll be later on.
And we're live.
Happy.
Am I on? Yeah. Hi. Ayano-san has granted me one of the elite. What is this called? Happy. Yeah. This is like the daytime robe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the lounge around the house kind of robe. All right. I remember a little bit of my Japanese, but it's quite bad. How's it going so far? Everybody?
We're out of mics.
We're out of mics. Okay. Brett can't speak on stream. Ayano-san, we've actually got Floji-san, Team Evil Geniuses Flo, stopped by the booth to check out some stuff with a friend who wanted to play some Resident Evil, and is now on the Street Fighter Cross Tekken machine showing off some of the new characters. He, of course, plays Guy, and Guy is one of his favorites in Arcade Edition, and so he's playing Guy now on player one side there with Elena. So trying out some of the new characters and putting them through their paces. Guy functions very interestingly in the new system. Generally, I'd say it's a struggle for him because now everybody has chain combos, so the fact that he had chain combos isn't as powerful as it used to be before. But the juggling stuff really, I think, benefits him, especially with some of his anti-air grabs. I don't know what Ayano-san thinks about the strength of the 12 new characters.
新キャラクターの強さに関してなんですけど、まあ、既存の43体に比べてなんですけど、まあ僕が触った感じなんですけども、ラースとあとブライアンがかなり操作も、ストクロナイズされてますんで、強いんじゃないかなというふうに見てます。
Yeah, I mean, basically all the 12 new characters have a lot of interesting ways that you can play with them. In my personal opinion, I think that Lars and Brian, the Tekken side, have a lot of potential, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how those characters develop over time as the community gets their hands on them.
Yeah, I must say Lars, I think, is really strong. Definitely one to look out for. Brian plays in more of a Tekken-y style. Like he's one of the most sort of Tekken feeling of the characters, I feel.
Yeah.
So I've actually been playing him less.
Okay.
So my favorite right now is Jack. I've been calling him Jack X, but of course it's Jack Cross. Jack Cross sounds a little too much like Jack Frost, which puts us back in the Clay Fighter territory. So I'm sticking with Jack X. But he's my favorite right now of the new characters, and we'll see what Flo makes people think of Guy. But yeah, the Bushin grabs I think have become much more interesting in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. The chain combos, though, everybody's got chain combos, so Guy's gonna need more than just frame traps and running. But you see again, though, the power of like the fierce hits, the hit stun off of fierces is so much bigger in Street Fighter Cross Tekken that there's also going to be some different kinds of possibilities. I feel like with Guy you can really see some of those impacts, especially when he cancels like standing fierce into like a run, which of course now Flo will never do again. Trying to show it off. All right, what else have been the topics du jour of the 12 new characters? Oh yeah, certainly. Lei Wulong, very, very challenging. You know, we've done a little bit of stances with Gen and some of our characters in the past, but I actually think Elena is stronger than she ever was in third. Well, I mean, she was one of the worst characters in Third Strike, so that says she's definitely gone up from dead last. But no, I mean, one of Elena's struggles, I think, in Third Strike was basically she had a hard time converting off of her single strike overheads, so she could land a lot of overheads, but it didn't really go into big combos. So now I think she can really take advantage of that with switch cancels off of overheads to really do big damage off a single hit. So I think she's definitely much more improved. Her overheads have never been more potent.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, this is the first time that Elena has made an appearance in her 3D form, basically, because she wasn't in Street Fighter 4. So, he really likes this character as well, and he wants to show you guys, or let you guys know that she plays really faithful to what she did in Third Strike, but as well, we've made the necessary adjustments to make her work in the Street Fighter Cross Tekken engine as well.
Mike Roulette, we can talk about like how you would go about like if you're playing on Vita, because that's what we're doing here now, where you see opponents making selections, because this is actually synced to the Vita. How you actually go about like setting up those games, or how you can filter those between like Vita only or Vita and PS3, how you can filter those matches online.
オンライン対戦の時ですけれども、要は Vita
We'll let Ayano-san give the proper answer, but it works as you hope it would work. I think is the best thing you can say about it.
なるほど。そうですね、まあこの1ヶ月前の、ショーなんですけども、キャプティベートというカプコンの、プライベートショーを行いました。でそこでですね、さまざまな意見もらいまして、その段階ではまだ PS3 と、ビータと、対戦する前に分からせるべきか分からさざるべきかどっちか迷ってたんですけども、皆さんの意見を聞いてですね、これは対戦前に、自分が使っているコンソール端末の種類が分かった方がいいんじゃないかという結論に達しまして、部屋を作ったりとか、あるいは対戦相手をサーチするときとか、そういうときに、指定のその端末を選んで、フィルタリングをかけて、対戦することが調整を申し込むことができます。
So this is another area where we actually listen to a lot of fan feedback when implementing one of these features. But when we first showed off the game at Captivate, we were kind of deciding whether we wanted to have people be able to select if they wanted to fight against Vita users or PS3 users. But we heard a lot of fans saying that they wanted the ability to filter out, when you play online, being able to filter out playing either Vita users only or PS3 users only. So that was one feedback that we actually took and we implemented into the game. So now, if you create your own custom lobby or you do your own searches for online matches, you can actually specify in the options, like I want to play against Vita users, or I want to play against PS3 users, or both. So that we're giving the users a lot of options in terms of who they want to fight. So you'll be able to filter out users like that. Okay. So should we? Okay.
So I guess they're going to head out and play some matches with Ayano-san, and we're going to tag out. So I'll be not playing. I'll be sitting here answering questions with Brett, and I guess they're going to head over there.
Okay.
See if Ayano-san can take out Flo. I got my bet on Ayano-san. I like losing money. Thanks, guys.
I'm sure Flo's playing Dudley. He's doing standard bread and butters. Yeah, you see you get the ground bounce on that out of the air to air. Dudley oddly seems pretty good. In a game where fireballs are just generally a lot less strong, Dudley actually stacks up pretty well. It's got a lot of interesting juggles, a lot of good possibilities off of, I mean, Dudley always has juggles and frame traps, and certainly Arcade Edition, but I think he's a little buffed up. From what we've seen so far, the character's still going through some consideration as part of the larger consideration for the final potential rebalance. Let's see if they've arrived. Or Flo's going to still be just thinking about it. Thanks to Flo for doing it. On my way over here also, should I
go for it.
hand me my new prize? I ran into our good friend Frank Thierry, who did some of the writing for Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh yeah.
Ultimate. So he's got his new series, The Grifter. He signed it for me. Thank you, Frank.
I do know the Grifter.
Frank, one of the greatest, sort of the truest sons of Brooklyn ever. Like he's sort of, if you only heard of New York in the 1950s, he's kind of exactly the guy you'd imagine.
I met him at New York Comic Con. I was like, this is amazing.
Frank is an awesome guy.
As a Midwestern, middle of nowhere dude, I'm like, I'm really in New York now.
It's exactly how we wish. We got a lot of friends here lining up outside the booths. Shout outs to those guys as well. Having a good time. Lars, I think he's gone right for the top tier action. We'll see if this is actually Ayano-san. If it is, he's definitely looking very confident by not moving at all against Flo. They're staring each other down. Probably they're not doing anything.
Maybe they're discussing their tactics.
Maybe we should really know these things. Mastodon Stage, one of my personal favorites. Hard to beat. That hovercraft always makes me think of the G.I. Joe. Was it the Whale?
The Whale?
The G.I. Joe hovercraft called the Whale?
Oh, the big toy?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember the name of it. And normally I know these kinds of things.
Well, if only we had a stream to tell us whether we were right or wrong.
This I command.
Oh well. He's got the stream chat closed to me, so I shan't know whether it was the whale or not. Nice backdash, but gets caught. Yeah, right now I'm all about Jack. He's got ridiculous anti-air, which is sort of unique for Jack. Some struggles, but overall I like him a lot. I just like the big men. They help me understand the game early on. Good way to get right into it. Sakura, I think, is ironically, maybe, why is that ironic? I'm not sure, but Sakura, I think, is quite strong.
I was going to say, is she fare better in this than she does in, like, Super 4 or Arcade Edition, I guess?
Sakura up close is very strong. She struggles from across the screen, but in this game you've obviously got less projectile characters overall, and the characters that do have projectiles tend to be less effective with just projectiles. They need to play, you know, even Guile needs to play in more of kind of a hybrid style, using projectiles more as pokes. Good fake out. Punish, it may have been an auto combo there, or they're just clowning around.
And even though they did timeout, they did spend the first 20 seconds, I guess, talking.
Just standing there. And Lars, we'll see if we see Elisa as well. Elisa gets too crazy.
Yeah, there's like the juggling chainsaws. Yeah.
Rocket bombs and Elisa. I do not actually know her backstory well. I've only seen her ending in this one. Now we've got Ryan Panagos, Agent M from Marvel, and Chris Baker from Marvel. So the whole Marvel family is circling around.
This is a lot of people.
Should we bring them in for a minute?
Sure, if they want to walk in.
Yeah, come on in. Come on in, guys. I know this is the Street Fighter Cross Tekken Hour, but now you got Marvel and my peanut butter.
Yeah, we can do this.
Hello, friends. Come and sit down. Come and join us. What are we doing here?
We're actually in the middle of streaming Cross Tekken, but we are totally live.
Talk about how your game is way better than Street Fighter.
Our game is way better.
Yeah. And since we're from the same company, it's hard to play favorites. I can't not agree with you, but I also can't agree with you. Because then what would Namco think?
So is this supposed to be like a play-by-play?
Yeah, this is actually, Ayano-san and Dan are playing right now, showing off some of the new characters. And this is actually...
Here's my version of this. So
Yeah. Where's Spider-Man? You're really good at this.
I don't know anything about it.
No, this is all accurate so far. You're really good at this.
Do kick, kicks again, punches again. Other guy comes up. So it's probably a little better at this one.
Well, little bit. So what are you guys doing? Walking around?
Just walking around right now. A couple meetings here and there.
Be on here. All right.
Cool.
No, I was just gonna get everybody in on the action. So Chris is up to no good, just wandering around. Is that the story?
I don't know.
This is how Marvel spends our money.
Instead of Marvel versus Capcom, I was gonna come sabotage some Capcom stuff.
Mr. Thierry came by and beat you to it with the new copy of Grifter.
Oh, okay.
Looks very nice. So
The DC.
we're just showing it off. Yeah, that's in your face. That's what I'm saying. You want Marvel versus Capcom? Capcom fires back.
Well, I
What now?
guess Marvel betrayed me since you wrote the game.
No, I've heard it's good stuff, but obviously not as good as any Marvel property ever made.
Speak of the devil, Elisa.
It's Elisa
Elisa Lars. Someone is calling me, and
inexplicable pairing, one of many in the Street Fighter Cross Tekken universe. Also, Agent M, any shout-outs? You're a man composed 80% of shout-outs. Anybody want to shout out at Marvel?
I would just shout you out, but you're already here, so I think my job is done.
Let's think. If we could have any Marvel property, any Capcom property in a game, what would it be? What would you do? We're giving you the choice.
I know what he would do.
I don't want to know what he'd do. He's full of bad ideas. He's from our bad idea department.
Black Suit Spider-Man versus...
Well, I got that with Web of Shadows. I felt pretty good about that.
He does love his black suit Spider-Man.
I would actually like to see a full-on Guardians of the Galaxy something.
That's cool.
Like, I love
Guardians of the
Rocket Raccoon,
Galaxy.
so I'm glad he actually got in. Like, that was like a personal love letter.
Guardians of the Galaxy, very hot right now.
But yeah, big fan of Nova, big fan of Groot.
Yes.
I'd like to see some more action there. Also, just the cosmic stuff. Obviously, Thanos is all the buzz.
Spoilers.
I didn't say for what. Literally taking a picture behind us on a stream. This is the most meta thing you'll ever see. So when they tweet that, you'll have seen the live stream of the photo being taken.
The top of Chris's head. Part of Brett. And all of my beautiful mug. Yes, it's... Ugh.
Well, maybe that picture is not meant for Twitter.
So Jury guy.
We'll see. Yeah, Jury, I think, still very strong. She just benefits a lot from a lot of the system changes.
Basically just like permanent feng shui engine.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel sometimes about it.
That's as far as my refereeing can go, by the way. That's all I got.
Hard knockdown. Oh, accidentally triggered one of the auto combos. They're working on that right now. That's the quick command combos that are triggered currently by some of the back touch functionality, but that's completely customizable in the full build of the game. So I don't know whether that one was on purpose or not, but if it wasn't on purpose, you won't get a lot of those once you spend some time customizing those back touch controls. You can do some simple commands like swipes to tag characters out, or you can also just hold the back, which will bring up on-screen 4 button. There you go. You see the start of the potential of some of those Elisa combos. Really brutal stuff. Yeah, she's able to, yeah, you're able to configure it so you have 4 configurable special moves, a bit like we had on the Street Fighter 4 on the 3DS, which is not what we're here to talk about today. Boo, 3DS. No, we love our 3DS just as well as we love the Vita.
There's a lot of tangents in one sentence.
Oh, you have no idea. Actually, you probably do have some idea.
I do have an idea.
Yeah.
I edit some of those.
Oh, my condolences.
You know what's really good on 3DS?
What's that?
Marvel Pinball.
Marvel
Just
Pinball?
announced today.
Boo. Also featuring just Seth Killian. That's me. But good stuff here so far. We'll see how long Flo is able to endure the rigors of the interior of the Capcom booth. It's pretty ugly stuff. It's a crush of people waiting to play DMC and Resident Evil 6. We got the Lost Planet 3. But
How often do people choose Pac-Man?
Someone did earlier, actually. So it looks like they might have wrapped up their matches.
Pac-Man's actually a pretty healthy choice. It's sort of your way of saying, I'm playing the game, but I'm not really trying, so it doesn't matter if I lose. Because I just lost to this ridiculous clown.
I would probably pick Pac-Man.
It's A-okay. Yeah, you can't have complaints about you actually losing as Pac-Man.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess that it looks like Ayano-san and Dan finished up their best 3 of 5, or 2 of 3. I wasn't able to count. But yeah, that was kind of the end of the stream as far as showing off the new stuff. When we started, we talked about the Vita functionality and touch buttons, crossplay, which is actually what's happening now. This PS3 is hooked up to they're connected to a Vita, so all the the additional characters show up here, and that's what we were showing off was Lars, Jack, Brian, Elisa, and then Guy and Cody as well. So we kind of ran through all that. That kind of brings us to a nice, healthy end, I believe. Unless you have any closing comments. I know a lot of people asking about the present state of the glitch that's going on.
Yes, that's fixed. It's waiting on first-party approval. So right around the end of this show, I believe is it June 10th that the patch is going live?
I believe
Don't
so.
quote me on that. We already posted the exact date. I'm not sure what the exact date is, but Ayano-san and Dan are returning. But yeah, let's get the exact date.
Yeah, we'll do a quick closeout here.
What date exactly does the patch go in? June 10th?
We have an actual screen door.
June 14th. So 1 week after Thursday, I guess. So it is ready. It's just waiting on first-party approval. So we'll see. But yeah, cool. It's not the most exciting patch. It just fixes stuff.
It fixes a crucial thing. But yeah, thanks for watching. Coming up next, we'll do RE6. That's at 3 o'clock. But I'd also like to thank Ayano-san for stopping by, Chris for stopping by, Seth for stopping by.
My pleasure. Sorry we were late. We were drowning in Marvel and old friends. That's what E3 is all about.
Thank you for watching in the stream.
I can't even go from like here to the front of the booth without running into like 14 people that I want to talk to.
It's a lot. So. But yeah, we'll be back in just like 30 minutes with RE6. So we'll be right back.